second time lucky. Welcome back, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Becky. I have a day job, but in my spare time I make YouTube videos largely about disability and chronic illness, sewing and vintage style. You can see today I've gone a little bit 70s. I've been meaning to film this video for a long time, and then I filmed it and then my camera broke. And I only found out my camera broke through reviewing the footage and seeing that it was blurry and sort of doing that quite a lot. So, new camera. How do you like? Probably the biggest investment in a hobby I've ever made, so she'd better use it. It is Fashion Revolution Week coming up next week. I think it starts on the 22nd or the 23rd of April. And Fashion Revolution are a kind of collective, I think they're a campaign group, and they celebrate Fashion Revolution Week to encourage people to think about the way that their clothes affect the people and the planet that we live with and on. We don't live on people, that would be weird. And they have this manifesto and it focuses on, I think it's 10 points. Some of them are about the way that our clothes affect the planet, how they're produced. Some of them are about the people that make our clothes, you know, knowing who made our clothes, paying people a fair wage, valuing the skills and experience of the people making clothes. And then they also have bits about individuality, embracing diversity, and thinking about ways that we can make our clothes last longer and work better for us. So I would really encourage you to go and look at that. I will put a link to the website. So I tend to subscribe to this sort of hierarchy of fashion buying that is brilliant. And I will put it on the screen now. The artist, I think, is accredited underneath. But it's this idea that we should think about reusing, fixing, repurposing before we go about buying. And I've got some other videos there in the playlists or coming up about those things. However, this video is going to be about second-hand fashion. I have, over the last year and a half, been accumulating things that are either replacing stuff that I can't wear anymore because it's too small, or things that suit my style better from second-hand sources, including websites like Depop and Vinted, charity shops and friends. So today I thought I would show you how I dress vintage or vintage inspired without buying new clothes from fast fashion brands. Hello, last thing and then I'll shut up. I feel like this video, maybe I don't want to come across as sort of holier than thou. There are no good choices under later stage capitalism, let's be honest, and I know there are lots of barriers to doing this sort of thing. The majority of people, whether it's because of time, because of cost, or because of just not knowing where to look, fast fashion, you know, high street shops and online, things like Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing are the go-to. And I'm aware of Sam Vimes' boots theory that cheap clothes need replacing more often, so they end up being this expensive vicious cycle. I just want to encourage people to give it a go, because actually I think that doing this kind of searching, finding things that maybe deserve a second life and aren't getting worn can be really exciting and really fun, and swapping clothes with your friends can be really fun. And I want to encourage people to find joy in their clothes and to wear their clothes more and to find joy in things that already exist. I hope that comes across and it's not, this doesn't seem preachy, I don't know. Now, I'm not going to tell you where these are from unless they are true vintage, and it will help you to search for them on these kind of second-hand fashion websites. And I'm going to show you little sort of cutaways of the outfits as we go through, along with giving you a little bit of a flavour of how I go about finding them. In no particular order. First up, we have got this skirt, and I friggin' love this because when you first look at it you think, oh lovely, floral, nice, but no, it's actually got little spiders on it, so it adds that little creepy sort of something not quite right about it, and I really like that. The other thing that's great about this is it has a pocket. And this gives you a really nice, like, cinched in waisted look, which is very 1950s. And I found this on Depop. Now, the thing I wear this with, the only problem with this is it's sort of synthetic suede, and it does transfer colour a little bit onto other things, so I'm a little bit careful about wearing this and I don't wash it. So I would say if you're looking at stuff online and you have questions about the thing before you buy it, You can message people. I would always check, especially with things like waist measurements, chest measurements, that sort of thing, as well as whether it's true to size or not. Sticking with black and white theme, the next thing I've got to show you is this. It's from a vintage reproduction brand. I'm not going to tell you which one, but if you know them, you will know. And I tend to find that people go through a bit of a phase generally of wearing vintage style clothing. And that's really useful if you're looking for it second hand, because they might have moved their style on, as people do, and then you can find this sort of thing. So this is a summer dress, black and white and stripy. It is a bit like the dress that I made a couple of years ago, but it's a summer version, and it's just really easy breezy. Can wear it over swimwear, and I wore it a lot on holiday. It also has pockets, which is the dream. And it looks very late 50s, early 60s, or you can wear it in the summer just as it is. But that was what I searched for essentially, was kind of keywords. Gingham, Mrs. Maisel, mod is another one that works quite well if you're into your kind of twist and shout era fashion. So that's that. I'm not going to tell you where it's from because I don't want you going and buying it firsthand. This is the whole point. It's about knowing what encapsulates your style to allow you to find this stuff. Whether it's rummaging and thinking, does this fit with other things in my wardrobe? Is this the right era? Is this the right style? What could I wear it with? Rather than just going, I've seen that on someone, I like it, I'm going to buy it from a fast fashion website. And you know what? I've worn this, I think about 5 times already, and I got it 2 weeks ago. Another rule I tend to have is if I don't think I'm going to wear it at least 30 times, and to be honest, I wear some of my stuff way more than that, then I won't buy it. So next up is 2 things that go together. Now, I really like coordinated sets, and I found this. It is from Petite Francaise, and it is a true 1960s dress that then comes with, oh, she says, this beautiful bright pink, and I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to wear it because it is dramatic. Admittedly, I would wear this kind of thing every day, but I don't want to ruin it, and also I think it deserves a special occasion as its first outing. Now, something I didn't film that I have worn with that to take some like 50s vibes photos are these. Now, they are stunning. They are plastic, which is not great. We're not into the vegan leather thing because it's plastic, and plastic obviously does not biodegrade. But since these were already out in the universe, and they're so shiny and beautiful, and they sort of wrap around your ankle, I bought them. They are my Cinderella shoes, and they look very much like a designer pair. They're not walking shoes, but they are date night shoes, and I just, even if they just sit on a shelf and I look at them and wear them once in a while, I will keep these forever. I used to work in a shoe shop, so I know how gross some people can be, but genuinely I think sometimes you can tell whether shoes have been worn a lot, and also whether that person, if it's on Depop, is likely to have put the bare feet in them, shall we say. So worth a look, I think. Now, I've worn these with trousers that are not secondhand. They are from a vintage reproduction brand, but I wear them all the time. But this is secondhand. It is a very pale baby pink corset top that is very much like something Vivienne Westwood might have made. It's off the shoulder on one side. They are fast fashion, and I'm not promoting them. But I did have to make some alterations to this to make it fit me. So I've taken it in at the sides and just put a little dart in there to make it tighter around the chest, and also taken it up at the shoulders just because I've got quite sloping shoulders. So another thing that you can do is tailor stuff. I know a risk when you're buying secondhand is that it might not fit, but there are things that you can do either yourself, or you can take it to dry cleaners. Often they'll do alterations, or a specialist alteration shop. You know, sewing is a great skill to have, but if you just don't have time, there are other people that can do it for you. Not me though. I don't have time to do your sewing. Do not ask me, even though I probably would say yes. So yeah, I love this top. It's really dressy, but I think you can dress it down, and I really like seeing everyone's kind of goddess vibes photos in these. The last thing is actually what I'm wearing. It's a great eating dress, I'm not gonna lie. And I really like it. It's really easy to wear with thick tights, and it has served me well in hot and cold countries. So yeah, if there's something in particular you're looking for, or you know the feeling you want it to have, then if you use keywords, that's really, really useful. And to be honest, I can wear this formally, informally. I've worn it to work, I've worn it to a birthday party, I could wear it for date night. And you can also roll up the sleeves and wear it to do the washing up. I try not to pigeonhole outfits into I can only wear them for one specific thing. And actually, I get a lot of joy out of wearing things over and over again. I know I'm comfortable in them, I know they look good. I get excited to wear my clothes. So that is everything that I've accumulated in the last year and a half. I have to say, it's not nearly as much as some people buy, and it's probably not as much as I'd normally buy, except that I am firmly a size 12 now, so a lot of the stuff that I had that was an 8 to 10 does not quite fit me. If this has made you think of something that you could do, or something you're already doing that you could be doing more of, to turn the dial a little bit on our fashion shopping habits, add it to the comments below. If you've already made a comment, like, add it to the one you've already made, because I think sometimes we need to see other people doing it, or a little bit of accountability just to keep us on track. Just a disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by anyone. It is not sponsored by Fashion Revolution Week. It's not sponsored by any of the other campaign groups that I've mentioned. I am just a big fan of what they're doing. If you do want to sponsor me, please let me know, because I would love that. No, non-spon. Zero sponsorship. I hope that, given the seriousness of the climate situation that we're facing right now, that other people will engage their curiosity and go and find out a little bit more. If you'd like to see a video about maybe sourcing secondhand fabric to do sewing projects with, or more mending videos, more secondhand styling videos, I would really like to do them. However, I can't guarantee they'll be very often, because one thing I've discovered about myself during this process is that getting dressed, fine. Taking it off, kind of okay. Getting dressed and taking it off and putting something else on, and then taking it off and putting something else on over and over again is not my favourite. I am in awe of the people who make lots of those fashion quick change videos on TikTok, because you have so much patience, and I don't have the tolerance for it. Frequently, I will do it, but I just need you to know that it took effort. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you've got some ideas from it. If you're planning to do something for Fashion Revolution Week, please let me know in the comments, and I will hopefully see you very soon, especially now I've got this thing, because I need to use it, and I will use it, hopefully. And I will see you soon. And see, that's me. I've been Becky Fitzjohn. Thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you next time. Yeah, also let me know what you think about the video quality. I don't know if you can hear that, that's the cats thundering up the stairs. They'll probably come and join in a second. Hello. Hi. You don't knock my tripod over. Don't do it. That's Binks.